Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title and from the stack of moving boxes over here, we are moving. If you follow along on Instagram, you might have seen my post that this past Sunday was actually our final Sunday at our church. And our church is a place that we've both been really deeply rooted in for a lot of years. And so there were definitely a lot of hard goodbyes in that. And there's actually been a lot of change happening for a lot of people in our community. And so these past couple weeks and really this past month has held a lot of goodbyes and see you laters. And we've just been spending as much time as possible with the people we dearly love and just trying to cherish every moment. And so this week now, we have been continuing to try to balance just, again, spending as much time with people as possible while also working and beginning to pack. And so we've just been kind of going through things and getting rid of things, organizing things. Tyler started to take some of the things off the walls and then just disassembling some of our bigger furniture pieces and getting it all prepped and ready to move. So we are going to be moving out of this apartment here in just a couple days. But directly after the move, we're actually going to be traveling for about 3 weeks. And so we're not actually going to be settling into our next home until the very end of this month, beginning of September. And so I'll share more about kind of the why and what's happening next then. We are very excited for what God has for us next, but it's also very bittersweet saying goodbye to this chapter, saying goodbye to our first home together, saying goodbye to this community. Like I mentioned before, this apartment complex we're currently in, a lot of our friends also live here and a lot of people from the church, and so it's just been a really sweet season. Like even earlier this afternoon, we were making plans for dinner because we're going over to a friend's house, and our friends Saul and Tiff are also going, and Saul lives in the apartment complex as well, and so we're like, just meet in the apartment 10 minutes before we need to be there. And it's just like little things like that, just getting to do everyday, day-to-day life together. So we've just been giving ourselves space to say goodbye and to mourn the end of a really beautiful season and chapter here, because just as God is present in the excitement and the newness of what's next, He is just as present in the sadness of saying goodbye and again of leaving behind what has been a really sweet gift of a season here. And so before we rush on ahead to what's next, we're going to be spending this week and this video just saying goodbye, celebrating this season and this home that has held so many special memories. And so I'm excited to take you guys along with me as we do that. As we pack up this apartment, you're gonna get a good old-fashioned moving vlog, and then also to take you guys along with me as we have kind of just a few final goodbye type events this week. And so that's what we're gonna do. Hey babe, how's moving going? Aren't you so excited to move again? So I'll give you a little tour of what the apartment currently looks like. We moved this table this way so that we could have more space to store stuff, but I'm still using it through the end of this week to work. And then Tyler took down our plants. So this is the one that was in our bedroom. I need to figure out how to like cut the ends off and propagate it or whatever because it's very long. And then this one here was in our living room corner over there, and so just getting things off the wall. And we have a very, very full pile of dishes in the sink because things have just been busy. We've got the bed that Tyler took apart and our rug, and just getting things again disassembled. Our couch is still here. I need to return that lamp to Anna because it was actually hers. No more cute little mirror over there or shelf. We're getting our nightstand in here. And then here are the boxes that were just sitting behind me in that previous clip. These are supposed to be the boxes that help keep like your TV and your mirrors safe. And so we've got our TV in this front one here, and then the long mirror from the bedroom in there. Gonna keep this plant. Probably not this one because it's seen better days. Also, I realized I can probably show you guys our view now because we're moving out, but we actually have a really nice view of the bay. When it's like 4th of July or New Year's, you can see all the fireworks happening across the bay. And then right there behind the trees, you can see the 3 crosses from our church. And so here's our apartment view. Here in the guest room, we've just got more stuff that we're getting wrapped and packed and ready to go. And then here is our room. So sad. Tyler took apart the bed frame, so we've just been chilling with the mattress on the floor here the past couple nights. Also took down the pictures we had here, the mirror over here, and then our cute little styled shelves are also down and wrapped up. And then I've just been packing a suitcase over here for our 3 weeks of travel that are going to be coming up, so that as I come across things I know I'll need, I just throw them in there, so it's not like we're going through boxes trying to pack when everything is all packed up. And so that's the situation. We've had another full day of packing over here and still lots to do, but we're gonna take a quick break here in a minute to head out for a little worship night with some of the worship team volunteers from the church. So Tyler and our friend Saul have led the worship team at our church for the past couple years, and so these are people that they've invested deeply in, great friends, and just people we care a lot about. And so it's gonna be all the feels, but really special, and we're just so thankful for all the memories and yeah, just all the time that they had with the worship team and all of the things. And so it'll be a special night, and I'm gonna try to take you along and show you some snippets of it.
Cool. Well, I want to just start out reading an excerpt from Psalm 95. This has become one of my favorite psalms to kind of read when I'm trying to get in the spirit of worship and all that. And so most of you guys have heard me read it at least once or maybe many times on a Sunday morning as we're getting ready to go out for a worship set and all that. But yeah, this is Psalm 95, and then I'll open us in a little bit of prayer, and then we'll just jump into worship for a little while and see where we end up after that. So, come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand are the depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Thank you, God, that you are the good shepherd. Thank you, God, that we are your flock under your good care, God. Thank you that you see every need, God. You meet us and you lead us beside quiet streams, and you lead us into abounding pastures, God. And we're just in awe of how amazing you are, God.
Call my name, and I ran out of that grave. Rescue, my sin was heavy, my chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When this season doesn't tell our story, I know you'll move mountains for me. So I give thanks to God when I don't have enough. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. You won't fail. You won't fail. You won't. Christ is my firm foundation. He's the rock on which I stand. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing. You pick me up and turn me around. You place my feet on solid ground. I thank the Master. I thank the Savior.
Last night was super sweet, also super sad. I feel like we're gonna be kind of processing all the emotions for a while, but something one of our friends said last night that we thought was really fitting is actually a Winnie the Pooh quote. I don't know if I have it exactly right, but it's something to the effect of, how thankful am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard? And that's really how we feel, that the reason why this goodbye to, you know, this community, this chapter, this season, the reason why that goodbye has been so hard and painful is because it's all been so sweet and so beautiful. And so that, for that, we are thankful. We got back pretty late last night, like 1:30, and woke up around 7 to get back to packing. And so I just picked up donuts for some of our family and friends who are helping us pack and have been going all morning, but we're now gonna take a quick break to have sort of like an open park going away thing with some of our friends and family. And so I'm gonna head to that in a second. Side note, I can no longer wear my rings because they don't fit, so I've got this little guy. But that's the little update for today.
We just spent a week down there, a couple weeks ago.
It's funny because when you think about it, a house is really nothing more than a bunch of materials that make up walls. But so much of life happens inside those walls, and they hold so many memories. This apartment has held so many memories that I will forever cherish. I think of Anna and I moving in here almost 2 years ago now, and both of us being so excited to have a place of our own. I think of all the trips to Target to pick out things to decorate the apartment, and all the mornings spent doing our quiet times on the couch side by side. I think of all the breakfasts we made each other, and of course, lots of matcha. I think of all our roomie nights. This is also the season that Tyler and I were dating, and I remember all the nights the three of us spent here just hanging out. This is the very apartment he picked me up for a date that would later turn into a proposal unfolding the day we got engaged. This is where we spent many nights wedding planning, and this is the very first place that Tyler and I ever shared a home together after getting married. I remember returning home from our honeymoon to find rose petals spelling out an H on our bed that Anna had left for us as she was moving out. This is the place where we decorated for our first Christmas together as a married couple and spent our first Christmas together, just the two of us. This is where we began to build a home and a life together, and where we created routines together for the first time as a married couple. And this is the very apartment where we found out we were pregnant with the little baby I'm carrying now. And then of course there's the things that were never captured on camera. All the girls' nights, all the double dates with neighbors, all the game nights, and the heart conversations with friends filled with laughter, prayer, and tears. This is goodbye to a place, but not to the forever friends it allowed us to do life with. And I guess that's really our hope for whatever set of four walls Tyler and I call home throughout our lives. We hope that our home can always be a place where people gather, where we can invite people in and create community. Because we believe there's power in that. There's power in inviting people in and gathering together around a table and sharing a meal together. That in that place, both us and the people we invite in can both know and be deeply known. I think it can be really easy to want to wait until you have the dream home to invite people in to host, but I just encourage you that whatever place it is that you call home now, to use that, to steward that. I encourage you to invite people in, no matter how scary it may feel, and to allow your space to be a place where community is formed. I promise you, your life will be so much richer because of it. Tyler and I had just started dating when Anna and I moved into this apartment, and it was right here in this empty living room that we exchanged Christmas gifts for our first Christmas together, before then flying down to spend the holiday with his family. Now here we are again in this same empty living room, saying goodbye. This was our first home together, and I'll forever be grateful for all the memories it's held.
pray for this apartment, God, that as we're leaving, that your Spirit would just continue to rest here, God. And that whoever fills this place next, if they don't know you, God, they would just walk in here and sense your presence so tangibly, God, and just be overwhelmed by your presence and be transformed by that, God. Pray that if they do know you already, God, this would just be a place where they can come and just be refreshed and restored by you, God. Pray over our baby, and we'll never have known this place, but they're going to know our community, God. And yeah, I pray that you would just shower them with a love of the community that we've been a part of and the community that we're going to establish, God, and just continue to grow them healthily and grow them into an amazing child of God. And may we just continue to walk with you and follow you, and know that you are with us until the end of the age, God. In Jesus' name we pray.